Hear me? Oh, this thing been acting up. You guys, I have so many tripods. I'm telling you, I don't like none of them. If anybody knows any good ones, let me know, okay? Um, this is interesting. I want to talk about this. Wow. And I want to see. Um, I'm in a group, um, a couple groups, and what they talk about is very interesting. Okay. Um, uh, 11:11 exactly. Wow. 11:11 exactly. Okay. So in this group, um, they talk about the matrix, they talk about the moon, the sun, everything, right? And I kept seeing the moon. It just coming down my feed, all right? And we have like real discussions, okay? About, because everybody um has their own perspective of life itself, right? What's the meaning of life? What's the meaning of reincarnation? What's the meaning of the cycle of life? Okay, how are we getting trapped? 11:11. Okay, now it's interesting. These people that I follow, um, well, we follow each other. Okay, it's like a kind of like a kundalini, but it's interesting to hear other people's perspective of things, right? Um, because I don't know everything. Okay, we're all taking this journey, right? So somebody says, okay, they says, now they're talking about reincarnation, how people are getting trapped to come back in. Okay. Um, now I was picking this up. The ancestors were saying this too. Okay. Now, a couple of these people had near death experiences. Okay. Um, I had near death experiences before. Um, but it wasn't my time. We all have a time, right? So somebody commented, anybody who does not know about this needs to research the Saturn moon in the matrix, right? It's an implant. Every person who has a near death experience say they see their loved ones who have passed over in a bright light which they must enter for their life review. The aliens who implanted the moon uses our loved ones to lure us into the light, which recycles our souls back to the earth so that our energy can be harvested once again by the astronauts who have no soul and rely on our pure divine energy to survive. Okay. My advice is to stay away from the light after you die. Okay. This girl had a near death experience. Okay. Um, this girl, now I have read her stuff before. Okay. Now, she's saying that a lot of people, well, mine was, I didn't see a light. Okay. I think I seen like a little light, but it wasn't like a complete light. And it wasn't my time to go. Okay. They made sure of that. Okay. Um, now, somebody else commented that they didn't see the light when they went into a coma. Okay. Somebody went into a coma. Somebody actually had um, a near death experience and they actually seen the light. Okay. Everybody's is different. Okay. Now, some people say you automatically see the light when your soul exits the body because it's light base. Okay. Your soul is light base. We got to get over these silly new age nonsense, okay? I'm just reading what people are saying on my page, okay? It's not silly. I actually been shown which path I am to take once I pass. There are other options that just the light and the tunnel. That is the one we are most familiar with. We choose it, okay? Over and over and over again until we come to the awareness that the light and the tunnel will get you reincarnated again. So she's talking about the lower beings, okay? How they're only bound to this realm, okay? So how are we getting soul trapped when we're leaving um, our body, okay, and being reincarnated back in? These are just people's stories, okay? I'm just going to keep going down, okay? You can comment below. Is comment below, and I did tell you guys my story, but somebody says it has nothing to do with your luck. If you can put your ego to the side for a minute and disconnect, you've been sold. You may give yourself a chance to learn something. Okay. Somebody said good luck in your next life. Okay. Yes, I learned this before, and I kept telling people to stay away from the light. I wonder how could we decide on a soul level? Those that have information stay those that information stays with us into the light lies. Probably having higher conscious levels and being awoke will help us. Okay. I'm just reading what people are writing, you guys. They use them to trick us back into the direction of the reincarnation trap. I don't know how they do it, but I'm guessing some sort of holographic image scam. You guys follow me here? The Arshans use our memories of our loved ones who have passed to lure us into the light. Why do you mention loved ones? Aren't loved ones, and then she put curious. Same here. Thank you for this so much valuable information. I am definitely saving my soul. I keep telling people that I talk about this. This is going to be my last earthly incarnation. Okay. Our memories are only wiped once we enter the light. So we would still retain this information after death. Those that haven't learned it would be drawn to the light like a moth to the fire, especially seeing their loved ones who have passed over, who aren't really their loved ones at all. Then their memories are wiped as they enter the light before entering the body of the new baby on earth, the reincarnation cycle. Okay. And then somebody says go into the dark for internally. Okay. Um so we should go, okay, so should we go, if not into light, but the light that just happens, especially when your pineal gland is activated. Okay, I seen it. Somebody said they seen a video of a cultist that said the meditation over 2 years, 4 hours daily, for them to reach that white light, and when they finally did, he was smacked down back into his body. Okay, and somebody says yes, do stay away from the light angels. I'm just reading, you guys, okay, and then we're going to talk about this. Saying this was true, where will we walk towards? The darkness? Okay. You're saying that light comes from the moon, and when you see the light, can you not see that it's coming from the moon? Don't go towards anything. Use your intuition, and your divine source will guide you. Okay. Now, somebody's talking about the spirit of alcohol is a spirit. The full moon in Cinco de Mayo is today. Y'all stay up and try not to overindulge. Okay, we're going to talk about all this stuff. Okay, I'm just going down and talking about this. There's a full moon is coming along with the Cinco de Mayo, which is today. Okay, a perfect time for harvesting energy. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys know what the Cinco de Mayo is. Why the Cinco de Mayo? They celebrate the liberation. Okay, it was a war with the Mexicans, and they were liberated. Okay, that is why there's Cinco de Mayo. They celebrate it. Okay, and we'll get into depth about that. Okay, so somebody is saying that on the moon, full moons, people harvest energy. Okay, 11:11. Okay, so these are just people's thoughts. Okay, and this is good to have these conversations. Okay, especially if you're enlightened and you want to know, during your spiritual journey, you have questions, you want to ask questions, right? Somebody says the highway to hell gets busy. Okay. Love to attend planet ceremonies, bars serving alcohol, and large ball games and concerts. Eyes wide open, energies tight. Okay. The Archnauts don't harvest energy using the moon. They harvest energy that comes off of us through spirits, which are here on Earth. The moon is merely the pirate ship that brought their reptilian slaves here on. Let's stop peddling stupid new age nonsense and let's talk for real. Okay. So this is a thing I'm on. Yes, we back home by midnight. Okay. I would say it I would say it's more like a satellite to recycle souls. We incarnate through the moon. That's why the Vedic astrology main focus is on the person's moon sign. Okay, the Vedic. That's the Hindu. Okay, they have different astrology. That's one I really want to learn is the Vedic. People actually get married. The Indian culture. They look at the chart um, of the both people that's going to be to get married before they're even married. They look at their birth chart. Okay, because your birth chart says a lot about you. Okay, and it's a Vedic astrology. Okay, their main focus is on a person's moon sign. Okay, also known as the birth star. Okay. So this person has studied Vedic astrology. Okay. Um, your moon sign is your mental and how you um, navigate things, navigate through the realms of illusion known as Maya. Vedic astrology is much more profound when it comes to how the realms operate and how we flow through it. Okay? Vedic astrology, not Western astrology, Vedic astrology. So, can you go in depth more? Someone told me when you pass to not go to the light because that's actually the soul collecting light of the moon. It was a deeper conversation, but it's definitely made us so making so much sense. Okay, so these people are just asking questions. Okay, um, okay, going to the depth on this topic. Okay, so they're going to the depth on this topic. People are just asking questions because they want to know. Now, people are saying don't be scared of the dark. Okay, just go. Oh man. Yes, this is absolutely true. Don't go to the light. It's the light of the moon used to recycle souls. Okay, there was an old episode on Star Trek that gave this disclosure about when one transcends, they must not go to the light, even if you see your loved ones. The challenge is being mindful of this your whole life. So when that time comes, you remember, and it makes sense because it is darkness is where you find absolute, the concept of Vedic, okay, astrology itself. Um, I seen the white light. I don't stay there long. I have notes and told my friends I heard entities chanting to me that they wanted my soul. Okay. You guys, we're going to get into this. I'm just reading this. Okay. They said, keep going, keep going. One more hit. When I refused, I felt like I was going to die. I traveled somewhere else and I was being wheeled in a hospital bed down a hall, and my immediate family were surrounding me, walking me while they were rolling the bed, telling me I'm going to be okay. Okay, so let's bring it back to the full moon, okay, or a full moon. Um, this is very interesting. Okay, now the Dogon tribe is an African tribe. Okay, there's two tribes that have a lot of information on the afterlife. Okay, it's the Lapi and the Dogon tribe. Okay, the Dogon tribe is in Africa, and I think it's the Lapi Lapi native tribe. Okay, they have a lot of information. Okay, about the future and about these realms. Okay, now I'm gonna the Dogon the Dogan. Sorry, guys, the Dogon tribe. Let me drink a little. Hold on. The Dogon tribe talks about time before the moon. Okay, now a lot of scientists have archaeologists, scientists. The Dogon tribe is very interesting. They have a lot of knowledge. Okay, just like the Lapi. I think it's Lapi native tribe. Okay. And it's interesting because their information, both of these, oh my God, it took me right out. You guys, somebody is messing with my technology. Like literally, I didn't even touch my phone and it just took me right out. So I don't even know if this, okay, I'm being brought. Somebody just took me out. Like my phone just swiped. Okay. So this information they don't want to get out, but it's getting out today. Okay. Wow. It just took me out. So let me go back in. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna go to the this is a tribe in Africa. You guys, I didn't even touch my phone and it just took me straight off. Okay. So this message was not supposed to get out, but it's going to get out. I don't care how much they mess with my technology. Okay. So a lot of people say that they see a light um when they cross over. Okay, and a lot of people, and I was even trying to figure out how we're being soul trapped. Okay, because the ancestors are like they're not trying to come back here. Okay, they don't want to come. This is a lower realm that we're on. We are on a lower realm. Okay, um, and we are on different realms simultaneously at one time. Okay, now the Dogon. Let's see if they take me out. I'm not even touching the phone. Okay. The Dogon tribe talks about a time before the moon. Okay, the Dogon tribe. You guys do your research on the Dogon, Dogon. Okay, um, A lot of archaeologists, a lot of scientists, like stayed there and studied this tribe because they were wondering how did this tribe have this information of the star um, galaxy, okay? And they have been trying to study this for years, and they couldn't even concept the stars, the moon, none of this, okay? But the Dogon tribe understood this. Okay, not just the Dogon, the Lapi, okay, Lapi, native tribe. Okay, the Dogon tribe talks about a time before the moon was put into tow and placed in the sky. There's been scientists that said that rock material, the moon's surface, is made of synthetic, and that when a rover crushed into the surface of the moon, it vibrated and it was said to be hollow like a bell. Okay. Now remember, even if people don't believe the deeper theories about the moon, they still have to admit to themselves that something ain't quite right about the structure. Now I've been saying this for a very long time. 2121, 2122. Okay. Um, I mean, look at it. Do you really believe that it illuminates because of its reflection? Okay. Now, I've been noticing this. Okay. I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticing this, but I've been noticing this. Okay. Um, when you see the moon, you see the reflection of the moon, right? So, this is interesting that they're even talking about this. And I'm glad people are talking about this and aware of what's really going on when we transcend or ascend or reincarnate back in, because people are trying to figure out how we're getting trapped. Okay, because a lot of us, a lot of people are getting trapped, and they're reincarnating back in. Okay, and there's different theories out here. Okay, I'm just throwing some stuff out here. Okay, but I'm telling you, the Dogon tribe, Dogon tribe. Okay, they understood this. Okay, so they had to come into contact with people that understood this too. Okay, they know the life circle itself. Okay, so we can look at this like the circle of life. Okay, the Dogon tribe knew this information. They're in Africa. Okay, they're still descendants of the Dogon tribe, but there's knowledge that they have told, and there's knowledge that they have kept. Okay, knowledge that they have told and knowledge they have kept. Okay, right. So I'm going to read this phrase one more time. Okay, the Dogon tribe talks about a time before the moon was put into tow and placed in the sky. There's been scientists that said the rock material, the moon's surface, is made of synthetic, and that when the rover crashed into the surface of the moon, it vibrated and it was said to be hollow like a bell. Okay, even if this is even if people don't believe the deeper theories about the moon, they still have to admit to themselves there's something quite not right about the structure. Okay, I mean, looking at it, do you really believe that it illuminates because of its reflection? Okay, now somebody also wrote avoiding the light to not okay avoiding the light, because a lot of people say they see a light. Okay, and I have seen this when I have did reads on past on loved ones. Okay, and I did a read. I was on the way to the beach, and the ancestors were like, "Go on live. Let's talk about this." Okay, they were talking about not coming back in because we are on a lower realm. Okay, we are on the realm that is literally the matrix. Okay, yes, this is the matrix. Okay, now is it what I'm seeing is the earth is flat. What I'm seeing is water above us. Okay, so there's different levels. Remember, I told you I could go up into I what I can see, visualize on the spiritual realm, metaphysical, is the 12th. Okay, that would be like the Christ conscious, but there's more beyond that. Okay, um, but this is interesting because some of these people actually had a near death experience. Okay, when I had mine, I was outside my body. Okay, and I didn't see no lights. Okay, I could hear everybody around me talking, and they were saying, these were doctors and like nurses and stuff, and they were like, she's gonna come back and tell her story about how she because all my vitals dropped. Okay, and I can actually see this on the machine. Okay, when I was outside my body. Okay, but when I was outside my body, I can hear everything that was going on, but I wasn't in my physical body. Okay, I was outside my body. So let me keep on with this, okay? And then you guys comment, come in, give me your opinion on this, because we need to talk, have conversations like this, okay? Because we're getting trapped, okay, to come back in, okay? And it's happening when we're actually leaving our body from the third dimension into the fifth dimension. Because when you look when I did the pyramid, because they told me to draw a pyramid, you guys. Okay, I did the pyramid. It's right here, and what I was getting was, so the fifth is the actual death. Okay, let me see if I can find it. That's when they said, okay, you're dead. Okay, um, I have so much drawing, so many notes, and this has to do with the quantum world. Okay, quantum physics, and there's so many theories out here. Guys, just give me a minute. I might have to get off and come back on, but I want to stay on this because this is very deep. They took me off. Somebody's messing with the technology, but it's okay. Okay, this is a good conversation. Let me see if I can find. I got so much that I need to. Um, Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so the fifth dimension, when I did the pyramid, okay, the fifth dimension, let me go back. Okay, so, okay, this is, okay, here we go. Okay, so this is what I was told to draw. Okay, my ancestors, my angels. Okay, so this is how they explained it to me. So the third dimension is the dimension that we're actually on. Okay, so that's the physical body. Your physical body is just a vessel. Your physical body is nothing. Okay, remember that your physical body is nothing. Okay, it's the spiritual, it's the soul. Okay, so when you go to the fifth, is the actual death. Okay, now that means that you leave the physical vessel. Okay, now this is what I believe is happening. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, so but some of us, okay, so what I seen actually when I was drawing it, it was a circle, but it was a pyramid. So the circle could be the dome, okay, the dome, all right, and the water that I'm seeing above this, because I'm seeing water above us, okay. When I look up, I see water. Now I'm not the only person that's seeing water, okay. So okay, this is just a theory, okay. So now they're asking, do we really think that the moon illuminates because of the reflection of the moon? Okay. Um, Now this is very interesting because a lot of people feel in sync with the moon. Okay, a direct link between the moon phase and your intuition. Okay, I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna get off of this, but I'll be right back on. Okay, you guys, I'll be right back on. Love and light, love and light. We'll talk more about this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I need to eat something, and my mouth is very parched. I'm thirsty. So I will be back on, and we will continue talking about this because this is interesting. How are we getting soul trapped? Okay, so the next video will be how are we getting soul trapped into reincarnation, um, and this is going to be interesting because I'm actually seeing something. I'm seeing something while I'm actually pausing, you guys. Okay, so don't mind me. But I don't edit none of my videos. I just straight bring it to you. Okay, so I'll be back and we'll have this discussion. Okay, we'll deep dive deep into this. Okay, because this is very interesting that how consciously we are aware and we are awoke and how we are seeing things and understanding things on a higher consciousness and on a higher frequency. Okay. So I will be back on and get into real depth about this subject of the reincarnation. Because I'm seeing the will. Okay. There's a will, right? And we call it the will of life. Um, and how we're getting reincarnated back in. Because when I had the out of body experience, okay, now I told my father, and I remember telling him this, my dad, okay, not Yeshua, my dad, okay, my poppy, that his loved ones would cross them over, okay, and I'll come back. I have to come back. Okay, this is about to be lit. All right, you guys, I'll be back. Light and love, light and love. I'll be back. You guys, come back on me. Take a break. Get your popcorn. Get something to drink. Get some food, and we'll be back on, and we'll dive deep into this. How are we getting soul trapped? How are we coming back in, reincarnating? So get what you have to get, and I'll be back on. Love and light, my beautiful souls.